How y'all doing first? My name is Floyd, brother George Floyd. Well, we come up together. We didn't have much. Our mom did what she could. We would sleep in the same beds, play video games together, go outside and, play catch with the football. And I used to say to myself, like, man, you can't throw. You can't throw at all. You know what I mean? Because the ball never came to me. And years down the line, because I was catching with one hand, two hands, any way you threw it, I started being able to catch it. He said, I can throw, but I just wanted you to go get the ball. The ball don't need to come to you. You need to go get the ball. But, my brother, we did a lot of things together, from like talking with my mom, dancing with my mom, cooking with our mom, brothers and sisters. Man, so much. We made banana mayonnaise sandwiches together, It was a family thing, Every day, we know when we come in the house, our mom was gonna have a huge plate of food separate from each other, and we would sit there and argue with each other who plate it was. And I'm like in 10 or 11, I'm talking about the plate with 6 pieces of chicken is mine, and he way bigger than me. You know what I mean? He's huge. So, man, from that, being in the house with my brother, man, it was just like inspiring to other people, because my mom used to take in other kids, and most of them was George's friends, and they wanted to stay with her. They loved her, and my brother, he was okay with it. So then you had 3, to me, they were grown then, because they kicked me out the room. They were 3 men, like 16, 17, they grown, sleeping in the same bed, waking up, going to the same school. And they wouldn't leave each other at all. They always wanted to be with each other at all times. I remember nights when the day before school, we didn't have a washing machine. So we would all go in and put our socks and underwear in a bathroom sink and just start washing them. If we didn't have detergent, we would use soap. But we would wash it. We were going to be clean. We were going to be clean. So we would literally, right after that, we would take the socks and hang them over the hot water heater. And we'd take the underwear and hang them over there. And we would fight about it, me and his friends and all of them. We like, no, you did it last night, because your clothes probably still be damp the next day if you don't put it on the hot water heater. So from that, and we learned a lot of stuff, but it's crazy because we didn't have a dryer. So the fastest way to dry your clothes was to put it in the oven and let it dry faster like that. So it was just, man, I love my brother, man. We had so many memories, together. I remember him waking me up, telling me, hey, man, can you iron my clothes for me? And I look at him, but then I look at his size and I say, you right, big bro, you right. You know what I mean? It was just amazing. Everywhere you go and see people, how they cling to him. They wanted to be around him. George, he was like a general. Every day he walks outside, it'd be a line of people, just like when we came in, wanting to greet him and wanted to have fun with him. Guys that was doing drugs, like smokers and homeless people, you couldn't tell, because when you spoke to George, they felt like they was the president, because that's how he made you feel. Wow. He was powerful, man. He had a way with words. He could always make you ready to jump and go all the time. Everybody loved George. We didn't call him George. We called him Perry. If you called him Perry, you knew him direct, because George was the name. Everybody called him Big George, Big Floyd, Georgie Porgy. He had so many different names. But I'm going to go ahead and let...
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Go ahead.
I'm just, man, it's crazy, man. All these people came to see my brother, And that's amazing to me that he touched so many people's hearts, because he been touching our hearts, You come to Third Ward, where we're from, people are crying right now. That's how much they love them. I'm just staying strong as I can because I need to get it out. I need to get it out. Everybody wants justice. We want justice for George. He's going to get it. He's going to get it.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just going to echo some of the things that Falon has talked about, and that is that we come from a long line of large family members. Our mothers were siblings of 13. And if I can kind of fast forward a little bit, my aunt she lived in Houston, and she would always talk about being there, not having any of the siblings close to her. So my mother decided to move to the Houston area back early 80, 81. And so we came to Houston, and we were all excited that we could have somebody close to us, because the only time we really would see each other is like during the holidays or when people would travel to visit my grandmother. Long story short, we didn't have a whole lot, but we always had each other. And we always were taught that, we could always bring other people into the fold. Always, no one should ever go home without having a meal or having food. And so that's how, as he talked about, my aunt was someone in the community that they called her Miss Sissy. And all the kids loved to come over there. And she ended up having, 30 or 40 kids that would come over there because they always knew that they could get something to eat if they came there. And not only food, but they could be loved and they could feel part of a fold. So we were raised to always welcome people in and to embrace other people. And so you could see, as all these people, no matter who you talk to, they will all say the same thing, and that George was somebody who was always welcoming, always made people feel like that they were special, and nobody felt left out. And he would enter into a room. Everybody would feel like they were special. He would embrace them. As I think about the thing that I would miss about him most is his hugs. Like, he was this great big giant, and when he would wrap his arms around you, you would just feel like, you were, everything could just go away. Any problems you had, any concerns you had would go away. So while we're all grieving, I just want to kind of highlight his children, Quincy, Javion, Tanjanika, Tyson, and Gianna, and his 3-year-old granddaughter, Journey. We all need prayer. But if I am honest about it, we are more concerned about his children and his grandchildren. So I ask as you pray for us as we go along this marathon to make sure that justice is served on George's behalf, or Perry as we call him. I ask that you pray for us and especially for their children. Thank you.
How y'all doing? I am Rodney Floyd, youngest brother of George Floyd. And my older brother PJ was talking about childhood memories and how we grew up. And I would like to start where he left off. We didn't have much growing up, but all that great stuff, how we dried and washed our clothes, that was just ingenuity. And hey, we worked with what we had, but didn't have much, but we had a house full of love. And I appreciate the love of everyone in here in the state of Minneapolis. Y'all adopted my brother and showed him so much love, and we feel that love in your city, and thankfully everybody, and plus around the world. It's a beautiful thing, this great love we're receiving, and George Floyd is receiving, because he would love it. I wish he was here in the presence, in the flesh, to see it, because all this great unity, he would bring in the tears like it's bringing us. But share fun, me and my brother, Big Floyd, as y'all know. Oh, cooking-wise, he would make me, honestly, him and the other brothers, 3 gentlemen my brother mentioned grew up in our house, so they would say, "Little bro, you make the best grilled cheese. Can you please go make us one?" If I tell y'all as a little 6 or 7-year-old kid, I did that numerous times. I realized as I got older, y'all just using me. But you know what? But you know, I was just happy to be doing it. But my big brother, I mean, great guy, great gentleman, great man. And as a child, without no father figure, he was big brother, but I didn't see the little stuff that he would throw in there. He was doing the best he can, and the mistakes he made, and I, watching them, following him, corrected myself as a grown man, as a teenager growing up, and, you know, learning from him how to be a man, and everything he instilled us and taught us. He was doing him, but he was teaching us how to be a man because he was in this world already before us. And he gave us a lot of great lessons. And I mean, one thing about a man, keep the definition as is, he Floyd responsibility. He will stand up for his family and friends, and he's great at that. And I want you guys to know that he will stand up for any injustice everywhere. Whew. Can y'all please say his name? Thank y'all. Oh my God.
I'm Brandon Williams. I'm George's nephew. I call him Perry. You know, we happen to share the same middle name for some reason. My mama wanted to name all of us after some of her siblings, and coincidentally, I ended up with George. Growing up, I mean, I'm a lot younger than them, but my grandmother raised me. I didn't have a father figure present in my life, so I grew up in the same house with them. And, you know, my uncles were more of a father figure in my life. And with Perry being the alpha male, you know, I gravitated to him. Coming up, I played sports. He did. You know, that kind of connected us and brought us real close. I'm trying not to be sad. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I just remember just all of the memories, man. So more than anything, I just want to say thank you to him, just for being there, just being a real, genuine person, just being loving and caring, and somebody I can count on no matter what. We didn't have much, but coming up, my grandmother tried her best, and wherever she selected, he picked it up for me. He made sure I had sneakers and clothes and a lot of stuff like that, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna end it with a funny story about he was the biggest LeBron James fan, and I remember, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the NBA, but when the Cavaliers, they came back on the Golden State Warriors in the finals, and I remember the very first phone call, and I told him, "Unc, man, you too happy. You sound like you won a championship." And we laughed about it, and you know, he said, "Man, you know how I feel about LeBron. I did win a championship." So, and every time we would talk, you know, I asked him, like, "Hey, how you doing, man? You good?" And he said, "I feel like I won a championship." And that kind of stuck. It was just this inside thing we had. So I know with him being the strong person he was, and seeing everybody come together and just rally around him and extend all of the love and support to our family, and man, we thankful and grateful. And I know more than anything, with everybody grieving and hurting, he would want us to feel like we won a championship. So I'll end on that note. Thank y'all.